Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Friday the 1st of January 2021 and a happy new year to you. Now today we're publishing early our gold and silver weekly update for the week ending the 31st of December. We also briefly look at political events and economic reports which could shape what happens to the US dollar and therefore precious metal prices in the first week of the new year. So let's take a look. Now, before we report on what's happened this past week, a brief shout out to 5 particular videos we wish to draw your attention to that we produced over the course of this last week. Yesterday, Brexit, signed, sealed and delivered. The day before, $28,000 Bitcoin, gold and silver consolidates. Before that, $2,010 gold in 2021 according to BNP Paribas, where BNP Paribas Bank forecasts a gold high in 2021 of $2,010. Before that, 2021 investments, Bitcoin, equities, gold and silver, where we compared the three. And then last Sunday, Bitcoin versus gold and silver episode 4, Scaramucci launches the Bitcoin Fund. And we've placed links to each of these below. Now going back to what's actually happened this past week, gold rose $23 last week from $1,877 to $1,900, having hit a high of $1,902 and a low of $1,870, a rise of 1.25% for the week. In sterling terms, gold finished the week at £1,388, that's up £18. And in euros it closed at €1,559, that's up €15. Silver rose 58 cents from $25.84 to $26.42, having hit a high of $26.79 and a low of $25.81, a rise of 2.2%. In sterling terms, silver closed at £19 and 36 pence, up 25 pence. And in euros it closed at 21.70 euros, that's up 0.50 euros. The gold to silver ratio fell again, this time from 72.6 to 1 to 71.9 to 1. Bitcoin exploded once again this past week, up a phenomenal $5,303 to $29,020. The Dow Jones closed on Thursday at 30,606, up 196 points on the day and up 407 points on the week. The S&P 500 closed at 3,756, up 24 points on the day and up 53 points on the week. And the Nasdaq Composite closed at 12,888, up 18 points on the day and up 84 points on the week. So a rise for all of the major indices. Brent crude closed at $51.80, that's up 51 cents, and WTI crude closed at $48.52, up 29 cents on the week. The dollar index stands at 89.93, that's down 0.29 on the week. Having stayed above 90 for a moderate time during the week, it of course has now weakened. Now our conclusion last week for price trading was as follows, quote, "So this coming week we're sticking to last week's ranges for trading. Gold we see trading normally between $1,800 and $1,900, with $1,750 and $2,000 being outliers, though we do not expect gold to touch $2,000 next week. And silver to trade between $25 to $27, with $24 to $28 being outliers." What we saw was gold trading in a very tight band between 1870 and 1902, and silver between 2581 and 2679. So well within the parameters we laid out last week. Now in fairness, we did point out just over 2 weeks ago not to take the last 2 weeks' figures too seriously unless something untoward or unexpected happened, simply because of light trading tends to have a disproportionate effect on prices, while most dealers were on holiday. Though to be frank, markets were relatively subdued. Watching gold prices yesterday was quite fascinating, at least for us, because the market could not make up its mind if it were going to eventually close just above or just below $1,900, and eventually settled on landing on the nose, as some punters call it, on the nose of 1900. There were a number of oscillations on Friday, constantly attempting to get above that level and then falling back, but it was quite heartening to see Friday had a strong run, as markets did on Monday morning, which is what's generally happened. Rose on Monday and then gradually fell back, and then we saw a reasonable rise again then on Friday. Now, as we've already stated, it's difficult to gauge what is going to happen when markets open next week. We believe there will be a follow-through higher, and it's quite possible that $1,950 may indeed be tested. That said, if prices were to fall, there is strong support at $1,850 and very strong support at $1,800. We must be aware that gold rose in 2020 by nearly 23%, and this at the same time as equity markets constantly hitting all-time highs and Bitcoin prices flying through the roof. So it's been a most creditable performance. From a technical point of view, we have resistance at 1902, where gold touched yesterday, and support at the 10-day moving average of 1879. With the 10-day moving average crossing the 50-day moving average, this bodes well for higher prices. Short-term and medium-term momentum are positive, and the MACD histogram is printing in positive territory with an upward sloping trajectory, which again points to higher prices. Some analysts are talking about a breakout quite possibly in January and even potentially within the next week or so. And frankly, we cannot completely ignore this potential. The level of stimulus injected has not only been high, but is forecast to be even higher, and likely to continue for far longer than many expect. This means that eventually inflation will creep in and will prove beneficial for gold prices. Silver, like gold, had a very similar week last week, except that it never really dipped into negative territory, but did close down on its day and week's high. Silver is facing three immediate resistance levels, 2670, 27 and then 2750. Support is seen at 2630 and then 2585 underneath, though the psychological $26 level should not be ignored. For the moment, precious metals are almost strictly a dollar play, providing the US dollar continues to weaken, and there's no apparent reason why it shouldn't, then this will prove most supportive of gold and silver prices. Against that, we have also to weigh up, with regards to silver, if the economy is likely to pick up because of a successful vaccination program, silver will benefit from higher prices again. Equally, if the rollout of the vaccines is much slower than many envisage, as it appears to be at the moment, and the economy is held back, then this will be detrimental for the industrial demand for silver. Short term, though, it's a dollar play. Economic data this week was light, with the main significant item to note was weekly jobless claims, which seemed to improve from 803,000 the previous week to 787,000. But it's this coming week that the most notable job data will be revealed to us. So let's take a brief look then at the announcements being made this coming week. On Monday, we have the market manufacturing PMI for December and construction spending for November. Tuesday, ISM manufacturing index for December and motor vehicle sales for December. Wednesday, ADP employment report, which will give us a guide to the non-farm payrolls on Friday. Market services PMI for December and factory orders for November. And a copy of the FOMC meeting minutes will be published. Thursday, weekly jobless claims, trade deficit for November, and the ISM services index for December. And then on Friday, the all-important non-farm payrolls for December, unemployment rate and average hourly earnings, all for December, plus wholesale industries for November and consumer credit for November. So a very busy and important reporting week, with perhaps the greatest emphasis being Friday. Now, if the past few years have anything to go by, we've consistently seen gold and silver prices rise at the start of the year and into February. And frankly, there's no apparent reason why this may not continue for 2021. Also, with President Trump having signed off the $600 stimulus checks and Biden promising more once he's inaugurated, then this will again prove supportive for precious metals. So next week, we have similar outlier prices for gold and silver, though we suspect that the trading range will be towards the upper ends rather than the lower end. With this in mind, we can see gold trading normally between 1850 and potentially as high as 1950, with 1800 and 2000 being outliers, and silver trading between $26 and $28, with $25 and $29 being outliers. Now, we had planned to provide our gold and silver forecast for 2021 today, but we're delaying that until tomorrow, just in case too many of our subscribers have sore heads after celebrating the new year, and we want to get as many eyes on that as possible. So that will be published tomorrow. So stay tuned, please. And also then on Sunday, episode 5 of Bitcoin versus gold and silver. Meanwhile, what are your thoughts of how the markets are going to open on Monday? Please share them. They are viewed and appreciated. Meanwhile, thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel, not forgetting to press the bell sign so you're notified of our videos as and when they are published. And finally, we wish you not only a happy new year, but also now a safe and enjoyable weekend, and most prosperous week, months, and year ahead. We hope you have found this video interesting and informative, and if so, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. Please ensure that you have subscribed to our channel and press the bell sign so that you are notified of any future videos. Also, kindly visit our website at illuminatisilver.com, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe either as a free or paying member for regular email updates and offers. Disclaimer: Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.